Hmm. Uh, Good afternoon, honorable members and committee of the committee and your dedicated staff. I want to thank you for making time today to listen to families like mine so that we can be heard. My name is Tracy Martinez, and I am the mother of Braden, a Black student who experienced severe racial harassment and discriminatory, discipline at his school in Lubbock, Texas. More specifically, the Lubbock Cooper School District, Laura Bush Middle School, and Lubbock Cooper High School. I'm here today because family like ours need the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights, and because right now many of us feel forgotten, abandoned, and ignored by this critical role. My family moved to Texas from Michigan in 2021, believing we chose a safe community where our children would be welcomed and nurtured. We sought out Lubbock Cooper School District based on their great standing in the community, the way that their education system is set up to make kids have a great future. Instead, my son was experiencing repeated racial harassment from other students, including racial comments and behavior that made school feel unsafe and humiliating. Throughout the 2021 and 22 school years, Black children at Braden's school were subjected to environment consistent of daily bullying and harassment. These children were called monkeys, retard, nigger, bitch nigger, porch monkey, go pick cotton. There were white students who downloaded an app that made whipping sounds that they played when they saw Black children in the hallway. Um, there was one time specifically that my son was racially harassed because he turned in his test and he was called a smart nigger, so we should take his test. And he actually got into it with a student because of that. Despite myself and all other parents choosing to report these incidents, our school leaders ignored us and left our children to fend for themselves. Because of this deliberate indifference by Braden's school administrators, these incidents often escalated to physical threats and assaults. Black students like my son were then removed and placed in long-term alternative disciplinary settings while their harassers were allowed to remain in school and face no accountability or anything for their discriminatory behavior. Ultimately, the failure of the school district and administrators to intervene and respond to the culture of racism at my son's school led to an extremely vile and offensive campaign of racial bullying over social media near the end of the school district. School bullies used offensive social media handle and encouraged other people. The post was on Instagram. It was called Monkeys of Laura Bush Middle School. The tagline, please send pictures of monkey. The pictures, only pictures of Black students at Laura Bush Middle School. Despite being confronted, school leaders did not do anything to investigate this racial cyberbullying or in-bullying that they've been repeatedly having. Ultimately, after going to every school district school board meeting for 2 years, I withdrew my son from school and we relocated my entire family to New Mexico. I filed my own OCR complaint with other parents from my son's school district in April of 2022, and later joined a more broader complaint with the Lubbock NAACP and the IDRA. We do choose to trust OCR with our son's story because we believe federal civil right protections should mean something. We believe there should be an investigation and we believe there should be accountability. But 4 years after our complaint was filed, we are still waiting for a resolution. Worse, we have not had any communication or outreach from the Office of Civil Rights since January of 2025. For over a year, our family has waited while the harm done to my son remains unresolved. We have received very little communication, clarity, or any indication that this case involving racial harassment and discriminatory discipline has been treated more by this administration. And our family is not alone. Racial bullying, harassment, and hate crimes are on the rise nationwide. Across the country, families are facing discrimination in schools and watching enforcement slow down while protections are weakening. When fails to act, schools receive the message that civil rights violations can be ignored and that it's okay. And students receive the message that their pain does not matter. The Office for Civil Rights is just not another government office. For many families, especially for families in the US and in the South, it's the last place to turn when state and local systems fail. I am proud to share that Braden has graduated high school this past Saturday, and I'm grateful that I was able to support and give him the resources that he needs to escape this situation, which was hostile And not all families are blessed to be able to do that. Not everybody is able to pick up and move to a different state. But we will continue to seek justice and accountability for my son, no matter how old he gets. But for the generations of family that will come behind him and the other students who witnessed what happened. And as a mission, as a mother, and not an advocate or not a lobbyist, I hope that Congress will continue to uphold and protect the strength and the office of civil rights for any student and every student, and that no other family will have to go through what we had to go through. Thank you.